Microsoft Ignite brings a slate of new enterprise AI products. Welcome back to the AI Daily Brief Headlines Edition, all the daily AI news you need in around 5 minutes. Yesterday was Microsoft Ignite, and as you would expect, a huge amount of the emphasis was on artificial intelligence. The company announced something like 80 new products, so we're going to try to quickly go through and understand what the biggest part of the announcements were. Overall, Microsoft announced a rebrand and redesign of their Azure AI Studio, renaming the platform AI Foundry. The platform serves as a central hub for building Gen AI apps, as well as managing deployments in an enterprise environment. Jessica Hawk, Microsoft's VP for Data, AI, and Digital Applications, said, "Business leaders are looking to reduce the time and cost of bringing their AI solutions to market while continuing to monitor, measure, and evaluate their performance and ROI. Which is why we're excited to unveil Azure AI Foundry today as a unified application platform for your entire organization in the age of AI. Azure AI Foundry helps bridge the gap between cutting-edge AI technologies and practical business applications, empowering organizations to harness the full potential of AI efficiently and effectively. New on the platform is tooling to help customers deploy and manage AI apps and agents, with Microsoft saying the new management center will help teams manage and optimize AI apps at scale, including resource utilization across multiple hubs and subscriptions, access privilege, and connected resources. Now, you might have noticed recently that Salesforce's Mark Benioff has been absolutely ragging on Microsoft as basically misleading the world with their assistant version of AI. Salesforce has been pushing agents quite heavily and effectively says that agents are the UX that AI has always wanted and that the Copilot era was just a big distraction. Well, in this new AI Foundry, agents were of course front and center, with an integrated AI agent service platform within the suite. Along with the ability to customize agentic workflows, the platform also supports bring your own storage and private networking features geared towards protecting corporate data. Hawk said, "In a market flooded with disparate technologies and choices, we created Azure AI Foundry to thoughtfully address diverse needs across an organization in the pursuit of AI transformation. It's not just about providing advanced tools, though we have those too. It's about fostering collaboration and alignment between technical teams and business strategy." The feature that's catching a lot of attention is the ability to easily test and switch between different models. AI currently supports 1,800 different AI models, all with different capabilities and cost profiles. That is nothing if not a nightmare to manage, so Microsoft have made it much easier to find the best model for the job. At least that's their promise. Cloud computing chief Scott Guthrie said, "What developers are often finding is that each new model, even if it's in the same family of models, has benefits in terms of better answers or better performance on many things, but you might have regressions on other things. If you're a business that has got a mission-critical application, you don't just want to flip a switch and hope it works." Guthrie noted that this emphasis on customer choice could harm the company's partnership with OpenAI, but commented, "For a huge number of use cases, the OpenAI models are absolutely the best today in the industry. At the same time, there are different use cases, and sometimes people do have different reasons for wanting to use different things. Choice is also going to be important." So taking a step back, what was interesting about this Ignite announcement? Sure, part of it is that agents are all over the place, as you would expect. But really, I think that this is a good signal of the place that we are in when it comes to AI adoption. Rather than just every big event being about the latest model or pushing the boundaries of the state of the art, we're increasingly seeing usability, UX, practical integrations, basically all the stuff that it takes for enterprises and customers to actually use these tools become the major focus. It's no longer just about who has the most technical magic. It's about who makes it the easiest to use that for whatever it is that I'm trying to do. That, I think, is where the big competition is going to be in the immediate future. Now, one of Microsoft's big competitors is, of course, Meta. And that company announced a new division specifically for building AI tools for business. The announcement of the group also comes with the announcement of a heavy-hitting leader, Clara Shih. Up until about last week, she was the CEO of Salesforce AI. She was elevated to lead AI efforts at Salesforce in May 2023, but wrote on X, "I'm thrilled to share today that I've joined Meta to lead a new business AI group. Our vision for this new product group is to make cutting-edge AI accessible to every business, empowering all to find success and own their future in the AI era." Of course, this announcement post also shows some of the advantages that Meta has. 200 million businesses, she writes, each month turn to Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp to connect with billions of customers around the world. Meta's Llama models have over 600 million downloads to date, and Meta AI now has more than 500 million monthly actives. Not to mention the incredible ways we'll bring these AI advancements into the physical world through AR glasses and VR headsets. Meta's global reach and leadership in AI represent a generational opportunity for businesses, and I couldn't be more excited and grateful to help take this from 0 to 1 to scale. And this notion that Meta has seen massive business adoption of their AI tools is pretty true, and it's of course being driven by the fact that they're being baked into the company's advertising platform. During last month's earnings call, CEO Mark Zuckerberg boasted businesses using Meta's image generation tools were already seeing a 7% increase in conversions. The company also recently added customizable AI chatbots to aid with customer service. With a new division dedicated to the market segment, Meta is making a big bet that making user-friendly AI tools for businesses is the way forward. Meta's VP and head of monetization, John Hegeman, said, "We believe these latest advancements in AI represent a significant opportunity for businesses to drive more efficiencies and significantly improve the experiences they offer to their customers." Last news, once again, from another one of these competitors, and this one is just a little one, but Google's Gemini can remember you now. The company's flagship chatbot has a new memory feature. Similar to ChatGPT's memory, Gemini will now recall details about the user, including food preferences and interests. The chatbot will then use this context to tailor responses, like only recommending restaurants serving your favorite foods or responding to coding questions in the correct language. The feature is being rolled out to Gemini Advanced subscribers at the moment, and interestingly, Google is making this feature transparent and customizable. Users can view, edit, or delete any of the retained memory. Gemini will also note when it uses its memory as context for an answer. Google claims the stored memories won't be shared or used to train future models. And that ability to customize memory might be really appealing to some people. For example, Professor Ethan Malik tweeted yesterday, "Odd, why does my ChatGPT advanced voice mode keep slipping into an English accent? Because I told it to try accents once and it recorded that in memory. I bet 59% of weird GPT experiences are people not realizing how memory works. The other 41% is ChatGPT is just weird." Anyways, friends, that is going to do it for today's AI Daily Brief Headlines Edition. Next up, the main episode.